Hey, you guys. Welcome to the Shella D. Bridgman Show. This is Shella D. Bridgman, and this is my testimony. Hello, 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 you guys. Hello, how are you doing? How are you doing? I'm sorry. Hold on, I'm going to do a pause real quick. Alrighty, you guys. You know what's funny about the pause button is you don't know how long it actually is. That's funny. That's like a miracle, whoever created that process, right? I had to put something on my lips. They were feeling quite dry, and I don't know how I could comfortably talk feeling like, paper lips or something. So, anyhow, hello, hello, hello. Take the glasses off. Hello, 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 you guys. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Today's Monday. It's Monday for this short holiday week. We're getting ready for the new year. So even though it's Monday, it feels like Wednesday because of the holiday in the middle of the week. So it is Monday the 30th. 6:35 p.m. So it's dark where I'm at. And you know what? I think it was last night. Excuse me. Last night the lights weren't on in the library until like late. This area was dark. It was an interesting night. Listen. Okay, here we go. We're gonna start this off. Okay, we're not gonna do another. Hold on. Imagine how people feel that sing. Imagine how they feel. And they have a crowd, they have an audience, right? Like concerts and stuff. Imagine what it's really like to have to prepare your voice to sing. Like, you have to do it like, you know how when you sleep and you wake up and your voice is a little deeper and stuff? That's a whole process. So look, put this in your pocket. You know how people tend to be delayed, like to some people that are an hour late or something like that? There's a whole lot that goes into getting ready for a performance, because this is a performance. Not to say I'm pretending, but this is the whole thing, right? I have a throat thing in my mouth. It's really a Halls, but I call it a throat thing. And I knew my voice didn't feel right, so I said, let me pop this in here. It's almost gone, and I'm still feeling, like there's a frog in my throat. And I'm learning to utilize the pause button. But excuse me. Guess what happened? You guys, look, this is between me and you, right? Guess what happened last night? Okay, so last night there was a delay with the lights right like diagonally from right next to the library is the park, right? There's a baseball diamond, softball, what do you even call it? Where they play ball, right? Right next to that, there's a skateboard park, but there's a big parking lot over there, right? So people sit over there and stuff because it's right in front of the basketball court. So there's generally somebody over there because they're playing basketball and stuff. Or you can just sit there and just actually look something I just found out. You can use the library Walmart. Walmart is on the brain. The library Wi-Fi reaches over there to that parking lot. I just found that out. So you can actually sit over there and not be in the Walmart, not be in the library parking lot looking, and be over there in that parking lot. Okay, so I was over there yesterday, and I came over here to do my stuff, right? Do my video and do my upload and stuff. So it takes a minute, right? It takes, time. I gotta hook everything up. I gotta, do the and excuse me. So I had finished, but I'm sitting here, and because the library is closed because it won't be open until the 5th, so there's nobody here. There's like a couple people in the parking lot, the lady in the white car, and then there's this new gray car, right? It's a young lady. She's really young. She looks like she's 20 or something, and she's living in her car, right? My throat is still going through it. Okay, so excuse me, you guys. Please excuse me. So while I'm sitting here, and I really have to focus because you know how like before I would be telling a story and then I couldn't remember what point I was trying to make. So it's almost like dancing. You know how they do the turns, right? Well, when you're doing the turn, you're not into the turn. You're not focusing on the turn. You're focusing on one point, right? Because if not, you'll get all lost, right? So when I'm talking to you to make sure that I'm focused, I'm like really focused, right? And sometimes I see the people walking, but I'm paying attention, right? So I'll mention, oh, this person, this, that, whatever. So I'm doing a lot of things right while I'm talking to you. So I had just finished. The video was uploading. It was uploading, and because I don't breathe really fully until the whole thing is done, until it's uploaded and it's processed, because it uploads and then it processes and then it checks to make sure there are no restrictions and all this stuff, right? That there's no crazy stuff in it, right? So, I have to get through all of this, right? Now, the good part is that the library is closed, so the Wi-Fi I think that helps it to work a little faster. I don't know, but it's doing okay these days. So, but I'm watching everything that's going on around me. So there are these kids and the young lady, they're teenagers, right? So the young lady starts walking. She's almost to my car, right? She's close. So then the dog starts to, okay, the music is starting to act weird. So the dog starts to, he can hear her. And she's on the phone, she's talking to somebody, the other three are over there on the bench and all this stuff, right? So I'm just trying to get my video uploaded. Completed, right? Online. So, so I try not to move the laptop too much because I don't, I'm just trying to get it done, right? So I'm sitting there, but I'm watching everything. So they're like maybe 16, 18, between 16 and 18, between 15 and 18, right? So they're sitting on this bench right next to what I call the employee entrance, right? Like where the people go into, right? So they don't necessarily walk into the main door when they go to work. They go into this other door over here, right? It's a smaller glass door. So I'm sitting here and I'm watching everything, right? So the kids, the girl, I guess they're trying to get picked up or something. So the girl is on the phone and she's talking to somebody and she's looking around and she's doing all this stuff. And then there's like three of them sitting on the bench, right? It's a cold metal bench. It's cold outside. So they're over there and they're doing whatever, but I'm watching everything. So they stand up. You know how kids are. They're you know how they are. They're curious, right? So two of them, they go in this doorway, which is like the employee entrance. They go in this doorway. I'm sorry, I'm watching all these people. I'm watching what's going on. There's movement going on. So they go into this doorway, and I'm just looking. Here's the thing. It's good to always know what's going on around you, even if you don't agree with it or you're whatever. Know what's going on around you. And I talked to someone recently, and we were saying about always know your exit strategy when you go into any place, a restaurant, a store, or whatever. Always know if something went left, how would you get out, right? Because it really does happen. Stuff is happening. It's in the Walmart. You know what I mean? So you can't just say, I'm just in here buying my bread or my pumpkin spice, for dinner. Stuff is really happening, and you need to be aware of that. This is not 1972, okay? So so I'm sitting here and I'm watching. So two of them get up and they go in this doorway. See how this lady, she's walking. She's looking in this lady's car. There must be something wrong with their car. Don't come over here bothering me. The lady in the white car I told you lives in the parking lot. Yeah, you need to help her. So anyhow, um, yeah. So they get up and they're in the doorway, and I'm just watching the whole thing. And so they pulled the door. This is a glass door. They pulled the door, and it opened. So they ran away. They ran away, and I guess the girl, she was waiting for a ride or something, so she got her ride or whatever. So they ran away. So I finished my video. I finished the upload, the process, the whole process of my video. And I waited until it was online, and I looked, and I'm sitting right here. I'm facing the door, right? I'm not far away from it or anything. So then I called the police. The police station is like, it's like a half a block. It's a half a block from the library. So it's almost across, like right across the street, right? And so I waited until my video finished getting online. And I called the non-emergency phone number. I sure did. I called the non-emergency phone number. And you see, because I told you about my family, right? I told you about my family. I told you about my background. I didn't tell you everything about me, but I have nothing, like, it's all clean, right? It's all clean. So if you check something, it's like everything's fine. So I have nothing to hide, right? So I called the non-emergency phone number. And the guy is asking me, he asked me my name. Okay, so I told him my name. Because you know how you see the movies and this and that, people just, do something and they hang up. But I'm like, they still know who it is. This is 2025 pretty much. They know who you are, right? So I gave him my first name. Then he said, what's your last name? I'm like, oh my goodness. Okay, so I gave him my last name. Because, too, I didn't want them to think it was a hoax. Right? And again, this is 2025 pretty much. You don't want somebody to think that somebody's being set up to walk into something. You know what I mean? Like it's a trick. It wasn't a trick. So I went ahead and gave my last name. Then he's asking for my phone number. And I'm like, dude, I said, I'm just trying to do the right thing, right? And I told him what happened. I said, the kids were sitting there on the bench. I said, and they got up. I said, you know how kids are. Teenagers. I said, they pulled the door and it opened. So they got scared and ran. Right? So I sat here and I'm like, okay, are they coming? Now the day before, I saw the guy go in there. I don't know. I mean, he had a key to get in there. So I don't know if he forgot to lock it. I saw him, like his wife or whatever dropped him off in like this SUV, right? I'm telling you, just I've looked at jobs online for private investigators or whatever. This is a gift and a curse, right? To be so aware, it's a gift and a curse. Look at the movie. What is his name with the mole? He's been acting forever. Robert De Niro. Robert De Niro was in the movie with, what is her name? I can't think of who the young lady was, but he played an intern. But he was an older man. And I can't think of who the young lady was. I think it's the one with the eyes. What is her name? She played Princess Diaries or something. The one with the eyes and the black hair or dark hair. I think it was her. But the movie, Robert De Niro, and he played an intern. But he's an older gentleman, right? Like at least in his 50s or something. And so, that's odd to be an intern at that age. But he was retired and his wife had passed and he didn't have anything else to do. And so there's a part in the movie where they wanted to let him go. They wanted to let him go because he was too observant. People, that's a real thing. That's how I understood it. People really don't want you to see them. They don't. They want you, it's okay for you to be around if you work with them or whatever. I'm sorry, there's a lot of activity tonight. It's okay for you to be there, but people don't want you to really see them. You know what I mean? If they're sad or they don't really, like I've seen people come to work without socks on. It's like they don't want you to see that you, for whatever reason, you didn't get your laundry done. I don't know what your situation is, but you're not wearing socks tonight with regular work shoes, right? So, and you wear a uniform or something like that. You know what I'm saying? So people don't want you to really see them. People don't want, it makes people uncomfortable. Come on now, I love this process. It makes people uncomfortable sometimes for you to be so observant. Okay? So that's what happened in the movie, but this is what I'm saying. It's a gift and a curse. It's a gift and a curse. So yeah, so I left the information because I didn't want them to think that it was a hoax or something like that. But yeah, I saw the guy the day before. This is where I come to do my videos, right? I make the video and I upload it pretty much in the same spot. Well, the same parking lot, right? So I saw the guy get dropped off, his lady, wife, whatever. She was driving a dark color SUV. It was navy blue or black, right? And you know what was interesting? She kissed him on the cheek. She didn't kiss him on the lips. And I was like, that's interesting. Because she just woke up. I don't know, right? But okay, anyway. So yeah, I don't know if he didn't lock the door when he left. I don't know. I don't know who did it. I don't know, but yeah. That's a big deal because this is a library and this is a big library. It has like how many floors? Maybe two. It has 2 floors and it's the length of a block. It's a big library, right? The damage that somewhat, you know how people do nowadays, they just tear up stuff just because, and all the computers that are in there, what could have happened. And so I called the police, right? But and so the officer came. He went to the main doors and he's looking and pulling or whatever. Then he went to some like utility door. You know how it has like the vent lines on it, right? He went like the electrical room or something like that, the fire room or something. So he's pulling on that. And so I'm sitting here and I'm trying not to say anything because how people, I'm just trying to let him do his job. I mean, you went to the academy, figure it out, right? So I'm sitting here but I didn't want him to just get in his car and leave. And so he made his way down there and then another car pulled up. We watch TV, or the movies, you're not supposed to go in alone, right? So they found the door and then I drove past them and I gave him a thumbs up. And he said, and the first officer, he came over and he said, "You're the one that called?" And I said, "Yeah." And I said something. I said, I want to make sure you found the door, right? And so then I went and I was doing something. So I went like across over there to that parking lot. I was just mentioning at the basketball court. And so then I saw a white truck pull up. I don't know if it was a supervisor or what. Because the city vehicles are also white trucks also, right? So I'm like, how do they get in touch with somebody at home to come and lock the door, right? I'm trying to see what's going on, right? And I don't know what happened. But I did my part, and it's so funny. And I sat over there in that parking lot. I'm like, this is so funny. And when he was talking to me, the dog was going crazy, and I'm telling him to stop and everything. And it was a moment. It was an experience, and that's the way things happen for me. Like, I'm just doing whatever, but something always presents itself. An experience and an opportunity always presents itself to me, So I just thought that was so interesting. I couldn't wait to tell you guys about it. I can't think of anything else. But yeah, that was something, And you know what? The lady with the when I was over there at the parking lot near the basketball court, the lady with the teenage sons, she I believe she was sitting there because I saw her son walk by with his basketball. So I wonder if somebody saw me call the police, like saw me give them a thumbs up, like did she call the police? I think I want them to know that that's the kind of person I am. I'm gonna call the police if I see something bad happening. I'm calling the police. If I see something bad happen, I'm calling the police. I'm not on my watch. You're not gonna do something bad in front of me. You know what I mean? If you're stealing in the store or something, that's your business. But I mean, like if I see some harm coming to somebody or something, I'm gonna say something, and I have before. I'm gonna say something, or I'm gonna do something. You're not gonna do it. You're not gonna do it around me. So I don't know. That's about it. I'm not gonna keep you guys long. But yeah, everything worked out for me. I had a delay. I was doing this and doing that and doing this and doing that, but everything is falling into place for me. And I ended up having some delays. I had some other plans for myself, but I ended up having some delays, and this is where it led me here at this time. And it's all working out. I just we have these ideas about, okay, I want to do like I'm trying to get my hair done. I want to be together when the new year comes in. I don't need my hair to be needing to be dyed, and my nails are all, I cut them yesterday, but they need to be painted, and I want it to be all together for the new year. And the phone that I was waiting for, I think somebody stole it. I think like it never came, and it's just like a lot going on. I'm calling the company. I'm reaching out to the company that I used to work for many years, and they didn't respond back to me. Because I'm talking about, I can't use that phone number anymore. I need to change my phone number again. And it's like, what? I disappeared, and I started doing this other job in April. But I'm popping up, and it's just looking weird. Like, what's... Ooh, excuse me. I hope you didn't hear that. I just had an apple. Yeah, it looks like, what's going on with her. But I say all that to say that I'm trying to do all these things. I'm trying to, have my little... Get me some little income. Give me a little job or something. And, there's just all these delays, but... a delay. Look, these people are going. The lady and her little son. He's only about 8. They at the library reading the sign. I'm telling you, people. And somebody else is getting out the car. People trying to go in the library. But yeah. Everything happens the way it's supposed to. And I can remember Joyce Meyer saying that they wanted to buy some property, and I think Joel said the same thing about wanting to buy some property, and she was saying that everything, the paperwork was signed, and something happened and everything fell through. But I think she ended up saying that she realized later that if they had gotten that property, they would have outgrown it in 6 months to a year. So I look at the kind of house that I was looking for, or living quarters that I was looking for or looking at, and that I was interested. But I look at where my mindset is now about my future, and what I need and why I need it, and now I see why it didn't happen, because I really wanted to buy something. I was looking at places, talking to people, going to see people. I was making appointments to go, and I was really doing it, and I couldn't understand why I saw a place for $40,000. You know what I mean? And I'm like, why is this not working out? Why? I really wanted a place. I want my own place. And now I can see why it didn't work. Because I'm supposed to be in a specific area. In a specific area. And I know why. Like, I don't tell you guys everything, but I know why I'm supposed to be in this specific area. But if I had, I wanted a place so bad. I wanted it so bad. If I had gotten that, you know what? That's what I thought about last night. Is that because that's what me and my godmother were talking about. I wanted that place so bad. I wanted one of those places so bad. But if I had done that, I wouldn't be where I am now. Yeah, I'm having some challenges, but look at what I'm doing. Look at what I'm doing right here. Before I clicked on, I had a whole day. I've done a whole bunch of little this and that today, pulling things together. But this video popped up of Bishop, and he was saying that he said it's your obligation. He said it's your obligation to tell people how you feel, what you've learned, what you've gone through. And he was saying, so you don't have to, he says, so they don't have to, like he said, like take my class. What he meant is that so you don't have to spend time trying to, excuse me, so you get it right the first time. So you don't have to go take a class. If you, what do they say? I heard somebody say, I really need to read Proverbs, but it says something like a wise man learns from someone else's mistakes instead of experiencing them for themselves. You know what I mean? It says something like that. But that's why I'm doing this. I'm shaking my head. That's exactly why I'm doing this. That's why. So the hard times are not wasted. They're for somebody else to learn from it. If not, you just having hard times and you putting that in your pocket, you putting that in your backpack, and you just walking around with it. And then you got to worry about getting some therapy to get rid of it, so you don't feel bad about the hard times or the misfortune or the bad treatment. You got to go talk to somebody to get rid of it. But I'm making it useful. I'm making it worth something. I'm making it worth something. Yeah. And it's so funny. I want to say this. I thought about this and I've come around this corner, and I'm going to say this. I talked to my godmother, and I hadn't talked to her in months. The stuff that I'm saying to you is stuff that I used to try to share it with her, right? But, just like I said before, people don't always understand. They don't always understand your deepest, darkest feelings. Not dark like bad, but, they don't always understand your heart. Put it like that. They don't always understand your heart. And so she was, I would talk to her frequently and stuff like that. But now I talk to you guys, and I always feel good after I do it. But nobody knows what I'm doing. No one knows that I'm doing this. No one, all they know is I used to be a teacher. That's what they know. And that was the one time in my life when everyone was proud. But they're not. I'm saying it out loud. I'm saying it out loud because it's the truth. They're not expecting much from me. They're not. People have pretty much written me off. They've pretty much written me off because they don't understand. They don't understand what I'm doing. They don't understand how I live, or how I'm living. They don't understand the choices that I've made. Just like my brother said, when I bought his daughter that ring, the diamond ring, and he said I need to get my priorities straight. He doesn't know. He doesn't know my purpose. And so no one is expecting anything from me. Do they believe that I'm bright or whatever, I have some potential? Yeah, they do. But they also know that I'm a woman of a particular age. And they don't see how I can, as the people say, pull it out of the mud. They don't know how I'm going to get it done. They don't know. They have no idea. No idea. And because they don't know that I'm doing this. And I'm so proud of it. I'm so proud of it. I looked at my website today and I'm clicking. I'm like, wow, I did this, you know? Everything that I've done is on my website. And I'm so proud of it. And I did it all myself, all by myself, you know? A few days ago when I walked miles, you know, back and forth to the library, getting the key, me and the dog. It's like a 2-year-old, you know, touching and you know what I mean? I did that, and nobody, when I talked to her the other night or yesterday or whatever it was, I didn't tell her about it. I told her about the thing happened with the key, meaning that I spent my money, but I didn't, you know, I did tell her that I walked. But it's like me telling her that, it's like it fell on deaf ears. 'Cause it's like just another story. You know, it's like it's like, what are you doing? Well, what are you doing? You know? They don't understand the journey. They don't understand the purpose. They don't understand the intention. None of it. I'm just saying it out loud. I'm just telling you the truth. But all that matters is that I understand it. That's all that matters. And I really do. That's how I can do it in spite of everything. That's how I can give my all. That's how I can walk to the library and leave my car stranded to come and upload a video. That's how, because I really do understand. And how I said to you before, how people used to believe, do as I say but not as I do. It's not the action, it's not the exact action, but I'm saying to you, when you really believe in something, when you really, really, really believe, whether it be a business, whether it be whatever, I'm saying do this, which means give it your all. I'm saying give it your all. When your time comes, when you decide what you're gonna do, or what you're supposed to do, make sure you give it your all. Give it your all. That's it. That's it. I'll talk to you guys tomorrow. Thank you for being here today. Get ready, you guys. 2025 is on its way. I love you.